Steranko is one of the masterminds behind the Marvel spy organization known as S.H.I.E.L.D. Nick had been tracking Jim for 2 years and had picked up his trail in Paraguay, which eventually led him back to New York. Just try and look him up in the phone book next time, Nick.
Hang up.
All right, folks, I'm here with comic legend Jim Steranko. Jim, it's a pleasure to have you here. Can you tell me a little about how you got into comics?
Well, I really got in as a fan, although I've been reading comics since I was a kid. As a matter of fact, I learned to read by reading comics when I was just a very little kid. And I started at a convention very much like this, where I met a comic pro who saw my work and offered me a job. It was Joe Simon of Harvey Comics. And from there, I went to Marvel.
Ooh, now tell me about some of your work there.
Well, the strip I was probably best known for was Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., although I've done Captain America, the X-Men, and a few other things. But Nick Fury was a kind of James Bond man from U.N.C.L.E. ripoff, and very typical of the period.
I looked at your work here, and I noticed your work just ranges from The Shadow to like He-Man to Conan. Can you tell me about that? What's the most out there thing you've worked on?
Well, I think I've probably set a record as the artist who's painted, drawn, or illustrated more fictional heroes than anybody else in the history of the world. From James Bond to Indiana Jones to Conan the Barbarian, Superman, and so forth. As a matter of fact, there's only a few that I haven't done, like Mickey Mouse and Tarzan, but I'm working on them.
Hey.
The Shadow was a result of an assignment, and I painted about 30 of those covers back in the 70s. Very hot, colorful, action-packed covers. It's like getting paid to learn. That's about the best thing that can happen to you, right?
Of course. Jim, thanks a lot for being on the show. We have to have you back.
My pleasure. Thanks, Nick.